All right, apes, welcome back to the deep dive. It's time to jack into the market's source code. We're going to bypass the official story on AMC and look at the raw data, the hidden war being fought in the dark. Let's get into it.
So, we start with this number, 74.46%. That's the percentage of all AMC shares that traded hands yesterday off the public exchange. You know, the one you and I see, where prices are supposed to be made. So let that sink in for a second. This right here is our first clue. It's that first flicker on the screen, a glitch in the simulation that tells you the real game, well, it isn't being played where we can see it. The question is, what does it mean? We're about to find out.
But first, let's talk about the official narrative. This is the story that the suits on Wall Street, the talking heads on TV, this is what they want you to believe. You know the one. It's a nice, clean, simple story about a company buried in debt, facing a grim future with a stock price that's already seen its best days.
And this is where that nice, clean story completely falls apart. Over on the left, you see the chatter, right? Never going past $5 again. Time for another reverse split. It all sounds pretty convincing until you look at the right. The data's narrative. See, these aren't opinions. These are cold, hard numbers, and they're telling a completely different story.
Which brings us to our first major glitch in the matrix. I mean, think about it. If this stock is such a lost cause, why is so much of the trading happening behind a curtain? Why are they hiding the trades? Let's just follow the data and see where it goes. And look at this. I mean, this really shows you the scale of what we're talking about. Almost three-quarters of all trading volume is being siphoned away from the public markets, you know, where price discovery is actually supposed to happen. It's like hosting a heavyweight title fight, but you only let the public see the fighters warming up. The main event is happening somewhere else entirely. And that somewhere else has a name, a dark pool. You can just think of it as the market's private VIP room. The big institutions, the whales, they can go in there and swap massive blocks of shares without tipping off the rest of us. Now here's the kicker. When buy orders get funneled into these dark pools, they don't push the public price up. It's a perfect way to absorb buying pressure and keep a stock price artificially pinned down.
Okay, so why go to all this trouble to hide trades and suppress the price? What's the motive here? Well, that brings us to our second glitch. This is the motive. This is the pressure cooker that is just waiting to blow its lid.
24.22% as of the last official report. That's the short interest. Let me put that in perspective for you. That means for every 4 shares available to trade, one of them is a direct bet that AMC is going to zero. That is a huge, incredibly risky, concentrated bet against this company.
But here's the thing. For us apes, high short interest isn't a danger sign. Oh no, it's rocket fuel. Every single one of those shorted shares is a future buyer. They don't have a choice. They have to buy back a share eventually to close their position. So the higher this number gets, the more fuel they are packing into the rocket for a potential short squeeze.
So, if the dark pools are the method, and that massive short interest is the motive, then this next piece of data, well, this is the evidence. This is the proof that the whole system is cracking under the strain. This is the smoking gun.
We're talking about something called a failure to deliver, an FTD. And it's exactly what it sounds like. Somebody sold a share, but they failed to actually deliver that share to the buyer. It's basically a market IOU. It's a ghost in the machine. And when you start seeing a ton of them, it means the plumbing of the market is getting seriously clogged up. And you know what happens when plumbing gets clogged? Something is about to burst.
So how clogged are we talking? Well, back in December, AMC had an average of almost 48,000 fails to deliver per day. Let me be clear, these aren't just little clerical errors. This is a sign of extreme stress. It points to a desperate hunt for real shares that might not even exist.
Okay, so we've looked at the glitches, the dark pool anomaly, the short interest bomb, the FTD smoking gun. Now on their own, they're just weird data points, but when you start putting them together, a theory starts to take shape. Let's call it the Ape Theory.
And here's how it all locks together. Step 1, you've got the motive, a massive short position that puts some very big players in a very dangerous spot. Step 2, the method. To keep the price from exploding and triggering a margin call, they use dark pools to internalize huge amounts of buying pressure. And finally, step 3, the evidence. The whole machine gets so overloaded trying to find real shares for all these trades that it starts spitting out IOUs, those FTDs. And that proves the system is stretched to its absolute breaking point.
Now, before we go any further, we need to take a step back. We've looked at the data, we've laid out a theory, but it is absolutely critical that you remember where you are. We are not on a trading floor. We are in a casino.
So let's be crystal clear. Nothing I've said here is financial advice. This is just educational banter. We are data detectives, and we are connecting dots. We are analyzing probability. We are not, and I repeat, not claiming any of this is absolute truth. The market is a casino, and the house usually wins. So you hodl at your own risk, and you always do your own homework.
We are watching this chart like a hawk, and while you wait for that next candle to print, go grab your free gear. Sign up for Public, get $20 in free assets. Check out Webull for that BTC promo, or go grab your free NVDA stock on Moomoo. All the links are right down there in the description. Do me a favor, smash the like button and subscribe to the tribe. Apes Together Strong.
Look, we have only scratched the surface today. These are the glitches that jump out at me. But what about you? What other cracks in the code have you found? Drop your best DD, your best research in the comments below. Let's see what else is really hiding out there in the dark.